ऐन मुमकिन है कि जब हम सुबह उठें तो हमारी शिप जो है वो इजराइल की शिप्स के घेरे में हो। इसराइली बोट्स
ये ख्याल नहीं था कि इस शिप के ऊपर हमला हो।
I heard somebody shouting that we are being attacked.
I heard a bomb.
No warning, no messages, nothing. They just appeared from nowhere in the middle of the night and they just started shooting and bombing.
ऊपर से हेलीकॉप्टर्स बिल्कुल सर पे आ गए, उन्होंने फायरिंग शुरू कर दी।
हर तरफ आपको सुर्ख डॉट्स नजर आ रहे थे मूव करते हुए।
Bombs started coming and it was like wow.
You know, they just came shooting.
You know, Iona has a movie experience with these sorts of things. What is this? The Pirates of the Caribbean or something?
एक साल गुजर गया फ्रीडम फ्लोटिला को, अभी भी दुनिया को हिला के रखा हुआ है। जहां भी चले जाएं इसकी बात यकीनन होती है। शोहदा, 50 से ज्यादा जख्मी, चंद लोग तो अभी भी कौमे में हैं। एक साल गुजरने के बाद जब भी मैं सोचता हूं कि इस तमाम सफर के बारे में, अजीब से ख्यालात घेर लेते हैं। याद आता है कि इसराइली किस खूनरेजी के साथ हम पर हमला आवर हुए थे।
The chemistry of the feeling, the chemistry of the voyage itself was a very unique and a very landmark in my life, and I think I can't articulate or imprison the feeling in few words.
फिर ये भी जहन में ख्याल आता है कि इस तमाम सही का नतीजा क्या निकला, क्या खोया, क्या पाया।
Even if some governments are pro-Israel, but they cannot handle the anger and the protest that the people, at least the families of those people, will make.
What does victorious mean? Who's victorious? They did not win. They lost big time. The loss was greater than our loss.
The night before the attack, I was discussing with all the fantastic participants on the Flotilla. You know, it was very much like a global rainbow coalition. People who normally do not communicate with each other met in the common decision that human rights should be for everyone.
It was very strange actually, because the evening before it was happy. We were here in this place exactly where we lost some people just a few hours after, and we were celebrating because we had just sailed 6 ships, and we didn't. You know, for me it was unbelievable that we're actually succeeding in doing this. So we were very happy and we were sharing with each other.
I was mainly in the press room because as I know Turkish, so I was trying to coordinate between the foreigner journalists who were on board Mavi Marmara and the Turkish side that were Cevdet Kiliçler. He was one of the people that shoot during the attack after. Also, I was a reporter for Al Jazeera Net and for a Moroccan newspaper. So I was actually all the time busy between the press room and outside.
ऊपर एक बड़ा अच्छा माहौल था, हर बंदा मुख्तलिफ किस्म के लोग थे, हर नेशन से लोग थे, अरबिक्स थे, ब्रिटिश थे, यूरोपियंस थे, और एक बड़ा दोस्ताना माहौल था, और हर बंदा एक एंजॉय कर रहे थे, एक जर्नी था, एक कॉज था, उसके लिए अरबी थे, कुछ लोग नमाज पढ़ रहे थे, कोई कुरान पढ़ रहा था, कोई खा पी रहे थे, और एक बड़ा दोस्ताना किस्म का माहौल था.
Hak ile batılın bitmez kavgasıdır bu. Hoş geldin kardeş bilmeye, Allah yolunda ölmeye. Allahu Allah, Allahu Allah, Allahu Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah. Selam sana vuran, selam sana vurulan, selam sana Rabbi için hepsine kıyam. Selam sana vuran, selam sana vurulan, selam sana Rabbi için hepsine kıyam. Selam sana Allah için kıyama duran.
I was really impressed that I couldn't see fear in anybody's eyes. People were praying, they were singing, they were reading the Quran, they were eating, they were chatting with their friends. And it was the serenity, you know, because our commitment to justice is the most important thing. So people just wanted to reach Gaza. They couldn't think of anything else.
Because of the love and the feeling that ship and that community on the ship generated, I mean, we actually did not, we forgot about the attack, and we forgot about Israel, and we got focused on the mission. We got focused on going to Gaza and doing what we need to do in Gaza.
उस शाम इधर उधर बातें हो रही थी, लोग बात कर रहे थे कि पता नहीं क्या होगा, सुबह जब हम गाजा में दाखिल होंगे तो क्या होगा, वहां पर शिप्स तैयार हुई हैं, तो एवरीबॉडी वाज वेरी हैप्पी एंड एक्साइटेड, लेकिन टेंशन भी थी थोड़ी सी.
The day before the attack, there was an atmosphere of increasing discomfort and fear among some people. I was handed a press release, an Israeli press release, which was from an Israeli website, which stated that the IDF, the Israeli government, had planned, carefully planned a operation to prevent the flotilla from proceeding to Gaza, and it detailed the detention centers, it detailed the capacity of the military, and when I read it, it was disturbing. I didn't share it with many people because we didn't want to unduly concern everybody on the ship, but it made me feel that something was going to happen, even though I wasn't clear how extreme it would be at that point.
अटैक से एक दिन पहले जब इसराइल ने कहना शुरू किया कि आप गाजा के पास पहुंच गए हैं, एहतियात बरतें, अगर अभी भी हम गाजा से बहुत दूर थे, लेकिन इसराइल तो एक बदमाश किस्म की रियासत है, किसी वक्त कुछ भी क्लेम कर लेती। कहा कि आप हमारे पानियों के करीब आ रहे हैं, होशियार रहिएगा।
हम इस वक्त जो है इन 6 शिप्स के फ्लोटिला के साथ गाजा की तरफ जा रहे हैं। जो इसराइल की तरफ से कहा गया, उसने तमाम हाई सीज के ऊपर बता दिया है कि हमने अपने कब्जे में जो बैनुल-अक़वामी पानी है उसके ऊपर हमने जो अपना कब्जा जमाया हुआ है। पहले 20 मील तक हमारी जुरिस्डिक्शन थी और अब 68 मील तक हमारी जुरिस्डिक्शन है, जिससे मुराद ये है कि अगर हम गाजा की तरफ जा रहे हैं तो पहले तो तवक्को ये थी कि शायद यह खदशा ये था कि इसराइल 20 मील पहले ही हमें रोक ले, लेकिन अब खदशा ये है कि वो 68 मील पहले रोक लेगा। यहाँ के जो मुंतज़मीन हैं वो चाहेंगे कि ये फ्लोटिला ज़्यादा देर इसराइल के कब्जे या मुहासरे के बाहर रुका रहे, ताकि बैनुल-अक़वामी तौर पर इसराइल के ऊपर दबाव बढ़ता जाए, हर रोज़ एक नई खबर बने और वो तमाम लोग जो इसराइल की इस मज़ालिम की तरफ तवज्जो नहीं दे पा रहे, इस दौरान अपनी तवज्जो इसके ऊपर मरकूज़ करें। इसराइल चाहेगा कि इस मामले को जितनी जल्दी हो सकता है लपेटे। उसको लपेटने के लिए उसको इन तमाम शिप्स को कब्जे में लेना होगा, इनके तमाम लोगों को उसको अरेस्ट करना होगा। और उसने कहा है कि हमने ऑलरेडी डिटेंशन सेंटर्स बना दिए हैं, तो डिटेंशन सेंटर्स वापस लेके जाए और उस पर सिर्फ डिपोर्टेशंस करते हैं, यानी फ्लोटिला का जो मामला है वो खबर में ना रहे और नजरों से ओझल हो जाए। अब देखना ये है कि ये इस वक्त स्लो स्पीड पे चल रहा है, स्पीड इसकी तेज नहीं है। इसने अगले दिन सुबह इस तमाम फ्लोटिला ने गाजा के पानी की तरफ पहुंचना है। हमने ये भी देखना होगा कि वहाँ पर जाकर वक्त कौन सा होता है, रात के अंधेरे में हम पहुंचते हैं या सुबह सवेरे पहुंचते हैं। इसराइल चाहेगा कि रात के अंधेरे के करीब हम वहाँ पर पहुँचें ताकि उसे जो भी कार्रवाई करनी है वो दुनिया की नज़रों से ओझल हो, और मुंतज़मीन चाहेंगे कि उसको मौका ना मिले और सुबह सवेरे वहाँ पर पहुँचे। वैसे भी अगर 68 मील आप दूर हैं गाजा के शोर से, तो एक किस्म का जंगल है जिसमें अगर मोर नाचता भी है तो किसने देखना है। इसराइल ये भी सोच रहा होगा कि वहाँ पर तो ना कोई इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस है, ना अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा है, ना बैनुल-अक़वामी नज़रें उसके ऊपर लगी हुई हैं। तो अगर वहाँ पर जो मामला होगा, सेटेलाइट वो जैम कर देगा, जितने ये जो विजुअल्स हैं वो कॉन्फिस्केट करने की कोशिश करेगा। अगर हम ये भी देखना चाहेंगे कि इतनी बड़ी तादाद में 750 लोगों के सामान की तलाशी इसराइल किस तरह लेगा और कितनी जल्दी उनको क्लियर करेगा।
Not anticipating the attack this night because we were so way out in international waters, everyone felt very secure until of course we got the first call that the Israeli Navy is gathering, but that was midnight.
They are going towards us. One is behind the Daphne and there are 3 coming this way and there's one farther away, okay?
So they are pressing us, they are pressing us towards.
They are not pressing us, they are just coming closer and closer.
Did they contact?
No contact, no verbal contact.
I felt a little bit scared. I mean, it's difficult to confront such a war machine. But then, because I was blogging on this, I got information from our grassroots organizations, and they told us we were waiting for you, and we have organized a demonstration, and many things like this kept coming. Demonstrations in London, in Madrid, in Stockholm, Malmö, Gothenburg, everywhere.
We are here. I feel Israel is going to attack now. I mean, Israel gave themselves the liberty of attacking anywhere in the world. And they're very bold, they're very shameful nation, and they've been attacking and striking all over the world. So them attacking was not a surprise. Of course, we expect them to violate and attack because they're very used to violating international laws all over.
I knew that it was not going to be so idealistic, and a lot of times people would say, oh, you're so sensationalist, how can, you know, the Israeli government take over huge boats with hundreds of people? And I told people, I was living in Lebanon in 2006. They just came and cluster bombed out of nothing. Look at what they did in Gaza during Operation Keslet. The white phosphorus, 1,400 people got killed, and the world didn't do anything. I expect the worst from the Israeli government.
जितने भी दोस्त थे हम सब यही डिस्कस कर रहे थे आपस में कि किस किस्म का माहौल होगा, क्योंकि इजरायली शिप्स एक्सपेक्टेड थी हमें रोकने का, इजरायली फोर्सेस हमें एक्सपेक्टेड था कि वो रोकेंगे, लेकिन हम सब यही सोच रहे थे कि वो किस अंदाज से रोकेंगे.
Everyone was expecting that the Israelis will attack, or at least will stop us. But of course, no one were expecting that we will have lost in lives. They were saying, I mean, the worst scenario, it was like they will stop the ship, they will take you as prisoners to the jail, and maybe they will deport you, or you will stay there for some time. But no one was mentioning loss of lives.
इसराइल की तमाम बुनियाद है वो वायलेंस पर है, और ऐसा वायलेंस जो सिर्फ धमकी के जरिए नहीं है, जो वो प्रूव करता है. तो इसराइल ने अगर कहा है कि उसने रोकना है और वायलेंट मींस के साथ रोकना है, तो रोकेगा जरूर. हमारे एक कुवैती दोस्त थे, हमें कहते थे, वल्लाह तलत हुसैन, यू आर वेरी नेगेटिव. हम कहते थे नेगेटिव तो हैं, लेकिन इन हालात के अंदर जब इजराइल ने अपनी इंटेंट क्लियर कर दी है, पॉजिटिव होने की बात भी बनती नहीं. वो कहते नहीं, यू आर मिस्टेकन.
So there was still, even the night before, there was still some of that, but there was smaller groups that perhaps knew that other things were beginning to happen from the Israel side, and I, fortunately or unfortunately, had information that made me feel increasingly disturbed the night before.
It was very strange feelings. There was no fear, but it was this million of thoughts coming in your mind, like, what's this gonna happen? I mean, are they gonna shoot us? Are they gonna board the ship? Are they gonna, I mean, there were things that's going up in our minds. I mean, not just me, I think, everyone. But what was also interesting is that no one, this confusion feeling did not stop us to keep doing what we were doing. I mean, everyone was doing what the journalists were doing their job. The TV channel reporters, they were reporting. The others, they were writing the news, they were sending like breaking news via internet. The others were trying like to make the ship more comfortable in case of an attack or anything, so things cannot be like mixed. So I think the most long moments of my life were the moments between the first threat of the Israelis to tell the attack, because it was like you are in the middle of international water and we know that we are alone. We know that maybe, we know that because they were trying to cap the satellite, so not a lot of things were going actually out from the ship to the world, and we don't know what will happen. We know that they might come, but it was like something like fear.
The attack came without prior warning, and I was very surprised because I thought that, judged from past experiences, that they should wait until we reached the territorial borders that they did not occupy, but they can control. And we expected also that they should tell us to return back or threatening us maybe by shooting in the water or something like that. But they didn't. They just came.
Before the attack, they told all the girls to go into the girls' salon. And I was thinking, what can I do to get out of this place? Because for me, it is scarier not to know what's happening than to know. And then I was called out to give a statement in front of the live studio. And then I asked a doctor friend of mine, he's from Indonesia, and I said to him, do you have an assistant? Where is your post? And he said, my post is here in front of the Gaza cafe. And I said, can I be your assistant, please? Tell me anything and I'll do it. And he said, okay, be my assistant.
I was with a handful of other female passengers, was on the external decks because we were selected to take part in interviews. Many people were sleeping, many people were resting, many people looked bewildered. I wasn't able to rest. I was very restless, and I was trying to anticipate what was going to happen.
The first thing they do is to shut down the satellite system so the world cannot witness. Second thing, they come in the dark, in the middle of international waters, you know, unpredictable as always. They like to have this reputation of being unpredictable. And that was like shocking because we knew they were coming, but not in the middle of international waters, you know, not in the dark. And they did this job. They had a plan. They were going to keep everybody in the dark, no satellite communication, and they were going to crank their propaganda.
We could see the boats, we could see the drones and some of the helicopters from the beginning. And then we also saw, because I took part in the International Steering Committee, from the radar and other things, that, you know, it was a massive assembly, including submarines.
First, I saw lights surrounding the ship. I thought they were our friends. I was like, oh, look, our friends. And a friend of mine said, no, they're not. They're the Israeli ships. And I started to be aware that, oh, something serious is going to happen, but I didn't know what.
Scattered across all the decks, on every floor, monitoring every minute as it goes by.
Cutting the Turksat satellite system on and off to try and prevent the world knowing what Israel is preparing to do. This is against international law. We are calling on the world to take action to stop Israel from violating international law and stop threatening us.
Too early. I'm not scared. I'm not scared yet.
पहला इसराइल की तरफ से एक नफसियाती हरबा इसराइली बोट्स हैं वो अप्रोच कर रही हैं दूर बड़े हमें जबकि बात की हुई लाइट्स नजर आई मेरे ख्याल में मैंने लाइट कैपेबिलिटी वाले हेलीकॉप्टर को भी उड़ते हुए सुना है लाइट ऑन नहीं थी लेकिन क्लियरली जो हवा के अंदर डिस्टॉर्शन थे वो नजर आ रहे थे बोट्स वन साइड बोट्स ऑन द अदर साइड एक साइड से उनकी लाइट्स जो है बोट्स ने बंद कर दी है तभी आप देख रहे हैं सब खवातीन समेत ये बोट्स लाइफ जैकेट्स पहनी हुई है और सब लोग तैयारी में हैं
Rubber boats coming and then the drones. I mean, you know, you see something in the air there and those lights far in the distance. I was like, wow, the Israeli like got half of the Navy to attack us, like gunless people. It was so heavy-handed.
Mavi Marmara, you are approaching an area of hostilities, which is under a naval blockade. The Gaza area, coastal region, and Gaza harbor are closed to all maritime traffic.
हमारे कप्तान ने हमें बताया कि एक कॉल रिसीव हुई है इसराइल की तरफ से और ये कहा गया कि आप किस तरफ जा रहे हैं इतने पोलाइट अंदाज में तो नहीं पूछा होगा आई एम श्योर लेकिन जवाब उन्होंने दिया कि हम गाजा की तरफ जा रहे हैं तो उसके बाद बंद हो गया
ışıklar yanmıyor. Lütfen yakın. Panik yok. Arkadaşlar sakin. Sakin. Gaz atacaklar, gaz
When I went outside, the first thing that I saw, it was the Zodiac, full of like 10 or more commandos. In a few minutes, it was like a nightmare for me. I mean, it's like, is this really happening? Because we never saw such thing. I mean, we just saw this in the movies.
You know, I only has a movie experience with these sorts of things. What is this? Pirates of the Caribbean or something? To me, it was almost, at the first point, very unreal when you saw all these naval ships around you and the Zodiacs, these quiet rubber boats coming very, very fast with the attackers. But then, when the attack really started, of course, you know, that sensation of this is not happening went away. This was very much happening, and they, you know, they started shooting with live ammunitions already from the small boats, and then when they came with the black helicopters, killing 2 passengers before the first Israeli soldier came aboard. And then, of course, everyone realized that this is for real.
I was getting ready with Arif to pray Fajr, but then I heard a bomb. I didn't know whether it was a sound bomb or not, and then I quickly did my tayammum and prayed right there, and then I ran back to Arif and said, Arif, what do we do? And then he said, stay here with me, and then we started taking off of 2 wounded people and 1 shahid.
edin. Tut.
I saw people running from one place to another, and I didn't know what they were doing. And I heard this sound, like they keep doing it all the time, and they try to protect the boat in some way. I don't understand how, but they did that.